Hello there. Today I will be actually discussing a certain topic with you all. You can already see from the title and the thumbnail. So, fragrance longevity. Why is it important? First of all, let me tell you that I'm not any kind of expert, so I might be wrong, but I am just sharing my experience with you all, hoping that my experience might help some of you. So, anyways, fragrance longevity. Whenever we purchase a fragrance, we want our fragrance to last. We want our fragrance to perform. And many people out there, when they don't get the expected longevity, they actually bash their head because of the inadequate performance. But there are few things that you can do to enhance the performance. So reviewers out there might tell you to use some molecules like ISO-E, Super. So I don't have that, so I can't talk about that. So what I do, I'm just gonna share with you. I follow two rules. First of all, keep my skin moisturized. So I don't flood my skin with moisturizers, but I go light on my skin. So I keep my skin hydrated so that fragrance sticks a little better on my skin, because on dry skin fragrances will actually dissipate quite easily. So keep your fragrance, keep your skin moisturized. This is first thing that I do. And then the second thing, the most important thing that many people miss out on is overspraying. I overspray my fragrances. I go heavy. My basic spraying pattern is 10 sprays minimum. So 10 sprays minimum. I sometimes go 15, I sometimes go 20. Doesn't matter what fragrance I'm using. Doesn't matter if I'm using a freshie. Doesn't matter if I'm using a super heavy fragrance, spicy, sweet fragrance. Doesn't really matter to me. So for example, this is one fragrance. This is a freshie, right? So Power of Seduction, you can check out my review. So any freshies out there, people will tell you that they don't perform. Yes, freshies actually don't last longer compared to the heavier fragrances, but you can always overspray, right? Be generous. That's the first rule that I follow. Be generous with your fragrances, and your fragrances will last. They won't actually disappoint you. So, for example, this fragrance, many people actually told me they only get 30 minutes, 1 hour of performance. I'm like, what the hell? Only 1 hour? I extract 3 to 4 hours from this. How? I go heavy. I go 10 sprays. And if I have to show you my spraying pattern, doesn't matter if this is a freshie, doesn't matter if this is a strong kind of fragrance, a sweet, boozy fragrance, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if this is a freshie. So I have many fragrances, but like I told you, I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate the price tag. If I'm using a affordable cheap kind of fragrance, for example, fragrance that cost me 2000 to 3000 taka, I go 10 to 15 sprays. If I'm using a fragrance that cost me 5000 to 6000 taka, I go 10 sprays, 15 sprays. I don't discriminate. If I'm using a fragrance that cost me 10,000 taka or 12,000 taka, $100 to $110, doesn't really matter. I go 10 to 12 sprays, 15 sprays even. So the basic thing is going heavy on the trigger. This is what I do. This is my routine that I follow. So the first thing, I'm sweating a bit because the AC is turned off currently and winter is gone. My God, I'm sorry. So this is my spraying pattern. So doesn't matter what fragrance I'm using, I follow this basic spray pattern. So I'm going to show you how. So two sprays on my neck, two here, four. Double shot, two, four. Back of my ear, one, one, 2 to 4, 5, 6, right? And then back of my neck, 7. So 7. And on my hand, I go with 1, 8. So 8 sprays. And on my clothes, I go with 5 sprays, 6 sprays. So basically, what I do is I spray the collar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 and 8, 14, right? So 2 sprays, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whatever it is, I go more than 10. That's the basic rule for me. So doesn't matter what fragrance I'm using. If I'm using a freshie, I go even 20 sprays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Doesn't really matter. Go heavy on the trigger. Even a weak freshie like this will perform. So that's the basic. I'm actually drenched with fragrance right now, but this is just a demo to show you guys how I extract longevity from my fragrances. So if I'm overdoing something, pardon my mistake, but I am literally kind of annoyed with many people out there who complains about the longevity. When I ask them how many sprays do you use, they are like, I go with 4 sprays. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they complain about longevity. There are fragrances that will work with only 4 sprays. Fragrances like Pagoraban, Victory Elixir, and then fragrances like Red Tobacco, fragrances like DNG Light Blue, O Intense, and Sauvage Elixir. There are beast mode fragrances that will work with 4 sprays, 6 sprays, right? But there are fragrances that needs to be oversprayed. So if you're not getting the performance, why complain first? Try to overspray, try to hydrate your skin, try to experiment with the fragrances. Why let your fragrance sit on your desk and complain? Use the fragrances. Use the fragrances, and then if it doesn't perform, then complain. Probably if the fragrance doesn't perform, even if when you overspray, even when you hydrate your skin, then the fragrance might be the faulty one. So before complaining, at least try to experiment. This is what I want to say to many fragrance users out there. I'm a little frustrated today, so I thought why not actually share my experience, how I extract longevity. So for me, hydrating the screen, hydrating the skin. So moisturizers will help you hydrate the skin. Moisturizers like Vaseline. So go light, don't flood your skin with moisturizers because you're not gonna like oily skin, right? So go easy on the moisturizer, basic hydration, and then go heavy on the trigger. No matter the fragrance you are using, go heavy on the trigger. For me, I have to tell you that go with 10 sprays minimum. This is what I do. 10 sprays. Sometimes I go with 12, sometimes I go with 15, 18, 20. I don't keep count, but 10 sprays is my basic count. I don't miss out on 10 sprays, no matter what fragrance I'm using. So this is how I extract longevity. I hope my video today, my discussion today will help you guys. Many people out there might be annoyed with my behavior, my way of talking, or probably my way of showing you how I spray my fragrances, but I can't help it. I need to help others who are complaining about the longevity. So I thought my process might come to help. So this is why I'm shooting this video. Sorry for the long video, but this discussion was needed actually. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care everyone. Peace.